Hey everyone, this is Dr. Bukhari. So in this video, we will discuss about the priority journals and conferences. I will give you the overview of the priority journals and conferences. Second, I will share with you that how these priority journals and conferences would be damaging for your career. And thirdly, that how you can spot and avoid these priority journals and the conferences. And for that, I will share a simple formula: think, check, and submit. So before moving further, please, if you haven't subscribed this channel, look at your right side. You will see the subscribe button. You can subscribe that. You can also like that this channel, and please share this video to your fellows so that we will all learn together. Now let's move on to the priority journals and conferences. What they are. So priority journals and conferences basically exploit the open access model of the journal. You see that in your domain as a researcher, there are conferences and journals which are open access. The idea behind open access journal publication is that the authors will pay upfront fee to the publisher, and then after the publications, that book, paper, or any type of research material that you have will be available to the general audience, to the people freely, and even without subscription they can download that. Now these priority journals and conferences avoid exploit that model, and then they try to target to the people, those who need the papers within the defined limit. For example, I received emails 3 or 4 weeks ago about a journal that we have just started this journal, and which was related to the metallurgy journal, and this is a journal belongs to this society and having this impact factor. As the expert in that field, we invite you to submit this paper, and then to help to publish you faster, we will publish your paper in a week time. Now you see that I belong to the computer science biomedical informatics. I have no relations with metallurgy. So they people send email they do the mass emailing, just like probably you have received emails about some Nigerian prince and you know the other kind of the fake emails through which they try to target the people, and they wait and see that how the people respond. And their soft target is the early career researchers, and usually the PhD students, those who require a certain number of conferences and the journal papers to get their degrees or to get promotions in their careers. And then they design their website in a way so that it would look legit. That how it would legit, that we will discuss in the second and third part. Now coming to the second point, then how it would be damaging, as these conferences, journals, they don't have any authority, they don't have any legitimacy, they don't belong to any society. They are just the paper mills, fake paper mills. They just they treat the research thing as a commodity. They just ask you to pay the money, and they publish the paper, and their website, they put a lot of effort. Sometimes they put and usually they organize, if there are conferences, you will see that the conference usually organized in the Las Vegas, or the conference organized in Florida, or to the places like where but they show that after conferences activities, mostly photoshopped photos, and they put the name of the people which are like the big name from your field, and without I see my name on multiple websites, and I cannot track that to all the websites when I go there. But I mean, you see their name as a speaker over there. I mean, so this is so when the people, they see early career people or PhD people, they see, oh yeah, this professor, this this scientist, they also going over there, and then they consider that legit. The second thing is, they say after your conference is over, your proceeding will be published to a journal, and this journal is also a fake journal, could be. the journal usually doesn't have the ISSN number. They are this a new journal, or sometimes they even put that the journal like it belongs to the like a society, which is kind of a good legitimate or the popular society. But sometimes because like these websites or these portals usually are designed or hosted in the countries which are which they have the bad history of like the rule of law, and usually you cannot trace the people easily, and they keep changing their IP addresses as well. So that's the for the early career people, when they see the names and when they see the overall websites, the proceeding will be published to a journal, and then for them they start trusting on the website. The other thing is that like they sometimes they have the chat box on that. Sometimes they mentioned about the timeline about the paper to publish. Sometimes they just say we will publish that the paper earlier. Actually, sometimes on the website they say we have a rigorous review process. On the chat, on the email, they will say we will publish your paper like in 3 to 5 days time, and there is no history of the previous proceeding. There is no history about the general proceedings. So there are totally it's a mafia. They have the entire trail. If you look that from they usually publish they have their webinars, they have their events, Photoshop photos of the cocktail parties after the conference activities, shields, so that's the you can see that when you look at these things, you can easily spot that. So these are the fake conferences. And sometimes you receive the email, oh, you are invited as a speaker as into the conference based on your experience. We have invited you as a speaker, and then you go to the conferences, scroll down, you will see that they are asking for like 1,100 or this fee, and they also have like the hotel arrangements, some tours for the local and the organization over there. And then they if you would like to book a package, they will give you the complete package over there. If they have invited you as a speaker, why they are asking you to pay the fee? They should have to pay your hotels, they should have to pay your all entertainment fee, and because you are invited, but they are asking you to pay their charges. So that's another the red flag that these conferences and journals are the fake journals. Now some point which you consider, or which I consider whether in my field, I know that some journals are provided by universities, some are provided, or some are the big name journals. Some societies, for example, in computer science, I know that IEEE, ACM, and Computer Society, and some journals name just like the Nature, Science, BMC. These are the good names. You can look at at your colleagues' profile, whether they have published these conferences, they have ever presented in these conferences. Not if it's a new conference, I suggest you avoid that. Don't go over there. And the another thing which I have mentioned, that their peer review process, like even sometimes conferences are really legit good conferences. Some journals are really new conferences are general, but they belongs to the big organization, the ACM or IEEE, BMC, the Society of Chemical Society of USA. So you can, but another thing is like it's really hard to get that whether what they are claiming is similar to that the professor's name they have put on, similar to the the other information, whether you can look at that on their society website to cross check that whether they have mentioned or give a reference to that journals or conferences. You can ask to those journals and conferences, to those societies, board members about that journals and conferences if you really want to submit over there. But if you feel what I suggest, you avoid that. Don't go with that, even if you see a one red flag over there. They sometimes they don't mention a criteria about the publication fee. Sometimes they say like the fee will be calculated when the total the paper will be submitted, and when you submit the paper, they say like because of this inflation, this of the charges, you have to pay upfront, and then and even you still when you submit the paper, they say by the submitting of the paper, if you want to expedite the process, just submit the fee. So that's another other thing you can look at that, and then you can avoid. Then the about that, how they publish that thing is PDF, is they publish that into some index, whether it would be go to some index, just like we have the Scopus, SCIE, or SCI journals. And unfortunately, now at this time, just like the fake conferences or the deceptive kind of conferences, predatory journals, we have several index which has no legitimacy, which has no any credibility. And I just don't want to mention the name over here, but when you search on internet, you could find over there. So always, Web of Science is a good website. I will mention a couple of websites in the description that you can look at there to check for the general ranking, impact factors, and journal legitimacy. And but if you found that your journal is not listed on the Web of Science, and are listed at the places just like Committee of Public Ethics, COPE, and it's not in the DOAG, where or it's not in the Scholarly Publisher Association, which is otherwise known as OASPA. And so I suggest you please avoid that to publishing or sending. Just save your money, save your career. It could be very, very damaging. So that's all from this video. If you have any question, please write question in the comment section. I will try to address your question. And again, if you like this video, please share this video to others. This will help to the others to avoid such kind of predatory journals and conferences. I will see you all in the next video. Thank you so much.